Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about empath growing pains. There's a very specific thing going on right now with so many empaths that I've been working with, and I want to explain what that next level growing pain feels like. Watch this video. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with us for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. I'm going to dive right into this one. So as you guys know, I teach these inner work courses on the mornings, and I have these other classes and one-on-ones during the week, and I get so much insight from you guys simply showing up in your truth. When I get to mirror you in that truth, we go to another level. And I just want to thank all of you watching who are one of my clients or taking one of my courses right now. A lot of this wisdom and insight is 100% due to you doing the work. So thank you for that. I want to talk about these empath growing pains. Now, here's something major. If you guys are an empath scapegoat, if you feel like the black sheep, then what that means is if I'm authentically me, I won't be connected to. I won't be mirrored. If you had a narcissistic parent, if you were the scapegoat child, then the golden child always had to be right. So no matter what, you will be wrong. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or not, you will be. And so the majority of your life, you try to prove and validate your position. At the same time, you're gaslighting yourself into thinking maybe I am wrong. Maybe there is something wrong with me. You know what I'm talking about, right? So in a lot of my classes and courses, people go to the next level, right? Especially my inner work course, it's 8 weeks. By week 6, shit is changing up. By week 7, today was week 7, you're completely empowered because now you're seeing everything and you're owning everything and you're realizing I don't need the validation of these people that will not validate me anymore. And so what starts happening when we take our power back as empaths, right? The Unhealed Empath was this viral reel that I did a week or two ago, and people were freaking out by the way I was describing it, right? Describing an unhealed empath. And this is what I do in all these videos, is help you understand that you're someone who has this ability to see truth, and it's being gaslit because the people in your family or at your job or in your school or wherever you are that have authority over you in your life at some point are living so far in denial that when you're shining your truth, they have to make you wrong so they don't have to feel the pain of their own denial of self. So it takes those of us, those unhealed empaths, a really, really long time to get to the point of feeling safe in our power. Think about it. I kept asking one of my clients last week, I said, tell me what is so scary for you in owning your power, or what's in the way of you owning this last piece, this power, right? And she's like, fear. Fear, and this was so brilliant. I love her. She goes, fear that I'll be alone. And I go, correct. And what is so scary? As a children, we need to not be alone because we need to be taken care of. We're in survival mode, right? And we also need validation from those older than us and wiser than us so that we can confirm that we're right about our perception and ourselves. But many of us don't get that, right? So what she said that was so simple and so genius is I said, tell me, let's go deeper. This is what we do in my class. Go deeper, deeper, deeper. And what about this? And what about this? And what about this, right? So I said, let's go a little deeper. What if you don't need anyone's, no, that's not how I said it. I said, what if you decide it's okay to be all in and own your power, and then you're alone? Why is being alone in your power so scary? And this is what we forget. She said, because then there's no one to validate me. I said, interesting, right? Because when you're in your power, you're self-validated. We're all so afraid to decide that perhaps the adults in our world or the authority figures in our life are not in their power. Maybe they're wounded. And as children, we naturally are very narcissistic, right? Kids are always narcissistic until they outgrow that phase. It's a healthy phase until you don't outgrow it, and then it's not healthy. And that healthy narcissism says everything is because of me or about me. So if something's going wrong, what did I do wrong, right? And some of us forget to outgrow that, and we're still making everything our fault. And so this client in her 50s still makes everything her fault. And I said, okay, so what if it isn't actually your fault? She goes, well, great. Then I have to look at them and see that maybe it's them. And then what? I said, then what is I'm empowered. And so many people don't want to own their power because they're like, oh my God, it's too much pain. We'd rather do a bypass. It's too much pain to see that I was abused, or it's too much pain to see that I was right my whole life and in doubt. And what we do, the painful part about this, just like abandonment, the painful part about realizing I was always right is then we blame ourselves for ever being in doubt. But you didn't know any better, you would have done better. Just like with abandonment. The pain of abandonment is not that someone's abandoning us. It's that we agree with them and we abandon ourselves. Self-abandonment is traumatic. If I can be me regardless of you, I don't have to leave me. I can be unconditional. When you're conditional with me, I'm going to be unconditional with me, and I'm going to know that you're not for me, right? But what we do as children is we put the adults in our lives on a pedestal and we say, oh, if they abandon us, I have to abandon us because they're right about us. But they're actually not. And so this last piece with the growing pains of an empath is when you start to actually, even though you're scared, do it anyway. You start to own the fact that what you see and what you've known and what you've gotten as truth your whole life was never wrong. You were just in a world that couldn't emotionally mirror you at the truth level that you were at. So one of my amazing clients said today, Candace, she started to cry. She goes, this sucks. I go, what sucks? She goes, I truly know that since I was 5 years old, I was seeing it accurately. I have always seen the truth. And I said, and what is so bad about this now? She's like, well, it's too painful. And I said, okay, so you'd rather keep the unpainful non-reality, your reality, and continue to keep yourself out of owning your power and owning your truth? Or do you want to own it now and empower the shit out of yourself and realize you actually don't need anyone to validate you? And I said to her, I know for sure, this is the deal. I know for sure why you're not owning your power. Take this in. You're not owning your power because you don't feel good with the decision you just made. The decision you just made to disconnect from people and powerful people that are no longer serving you. And now you're in yourself. You're feeling like shit. So you think you made the wrong choice because as a child, you were told, if you're in pain, what'd you do wrong? If I'm rejecting you, what did you do to make me reject you? So we self-blame for our pain, which is super wrong. And I said, you don't feel good right now. And you think it's because of the empowering decision you made. Because when you were in a power position as a child, when you were in your power, you got in trouble. So now you're doing to your inner child what was done to you as a child. And you're trying to take your power away from you again, just like what happened as a child. And my client goes, shit. And she got all excited. And I was like, why are you excited? She goes, because you're right. She goes, wait, so this isn't bad that I feel bad? I said, no, it's called a growing pain because now you're in your power and all the grief that was hidden by you being without your power, right? All that grief that you pushed down by not owning your power. Once you own your power, all the grief comes up. All the grief of not owning your power for all those years feels like shit, but it's actually a major growing pain because you just ended the cycle of your life. The original wound of someone taking my power away from me, so I'll do that too. And if you're not doing it to you, you're doing it to your partner. You're criticizing them like you were criticized. You're doing to them what you would be doing to yourself without them. So you'd rather have them be your scapegoat like you were your parents' scapegoat. Take that in. So this is what you need to do to own these growing pains. It's going to feel bad to end a lifelong pattern of disempowerment because all the grief from all the years of being unempowered and not owning yourself and not knowing how to own yourself and not being allowed to own yourself and thinking you're doing what you should be doing has just come to the surface to be relieved, and you must feel it to heal it. So when you feel bad, it doesn't mean you made the wrong decision or you did something wrong. It probably, in this case, means you've just come into your empowerment and your body is releasing all this trauma. Think about it. I'm in my power now. I chose to leave toxic people, toxic workplaces, a toxic school in one of my clients' examples. I've chosen to know that I don't have to project my power onto a powerful man anymore. I'm a powerful man, right? I'm my own mother and father. I'm the authority on me. I'm not going to reject my inner child anymore like I was rejected as a child. I am now owning my power, and I realize that that is painful because there's grief coming up, but it doesn't mean I did the wrong thing. It means it's time to celebrate these growing pains. I am no longer out of power, and I refuse to ever take it away from me anymore. And that means I won't be around anyone that tries to control me, overpower me, sabotage me, abandon me. This is the next level, folks. When empaths are healing, it means they're owning their power, they're owning their truth, they're speaking their truth regardless of anyone else liking it or agreeing with it. I will be me regardless of you. Take that in. That is your assignment, to learn how to be me regardless of any of you not getting it, because I get it. And when you're convicted in what you understand and what you get, you don't care if other people don't agree. You're not afraid to speak up. You own the powerful voice that you are. Your thyroid starts to regulate. Your nervous system, your autoimmune diseases go dormant. Ooh, I feel different. You may have a little period of feeling like crap because all that stuff that's been down here out of fear of owning your power is coming up to the surface to be felt. Feel it to heal it. Guys, I hope you'll join me in my inner work class. It is 8 weeks and it's life altering. Just going to be real with you. The link is below. We have a new one in March. We have a new one in April. I think level 2 starts in April as well, which is abandonment, wounds, and trauma bonds. You don't have to take level 1 to do level 2. You can just jump into the trauma bonds and the abandonment wounds if you'd like to. It starts April 7th. So check the links below for inner work. Please say hi in the comments if you feel like it. Please share this with at least one person you think that it could help or reach. I adore you guys, and I will see you next week.